Hey guys, McJeffries here, and welcome back to the McJeffries network on OpenTTD. Now, before we get into the episode proper, I just want to show you a couple of things. Look at our track. It looks horrible. It shows how long it's been since trains last ran on this section of line. I finally downloaded that patch that I was talking about. Lieutenant Joker's patch. I saw Zest Husky using it, thought, oh, that looks good, and decided to bring it in to my game. It comes with some aesthetic things like this, for example. There is also the advantage now that you can place signals in tunnels, I believe. There is a way of doing it. You could put them there, tunnel exits, and I believe you can also put them on bridges. Where's a bridge? Here's a bridge. Now, where did that one go? Maybe it's just on the ends of bridges as well. But it's pretty cool. I quite like that. That's just the aesthetic things. The practical things, which I'm trying to learn how to use whilst on the job, involve timetables. You see there's this brand new timetable thing here. So it's got 6 vehicles. Its status is running. It's trying to keep a gap between all these vehicles. And I believe all of these operate on this system. So if I go into this one, let's flick this to auto. It's initializing. I think once it gets to the end of its route, it starts proper. But if I do this, it might mean that I never have to worry too much about timetabling anymore. Why is this saying waiting for complete? What's not time? Oh, that's not timetable. Okay. Oh, this is the one that I just did. That's why. Let's just do 1626. Get that back. So that timetable is now complete. If I unpause this, it might even update and start working properly. This one should also work. Switch to auto. It keeps saying initializing. This one says initializing. They should all work. I have just taken some trams off the route as well to try and make it work a little bit better. Switch all these to auto though. That should start working. We'll wait and see. Anyway, today we are hopefully going to start using Guardtown St. John again. For what it's meant for. Before we do that though, I just want to have a look at some of this track work that we've got going on. Actually, one other thing. The freight trains. Originally, I did change the freight trains to a new type of locomotive. And I want to have a little discussion because I had a conversation via YouTube comments with... Let me just get it up on my phone. Because it's quite an interesting discussion, so I feel like everybody should be brought into it. First of all, Stanman360 saying about control clicking when editing timetables. You are right, you're spot on, but it only seems to work with this patch. It doesn't seem to work with the default game. So you have to have this patch in order for it to be able to work. And then you control click on one destination and it sets the time for all of them. So that's pretty cool. Which is actually the thing I wanted to do with the trams, but I might do that off camera now just so it's done. The other conversation was with South London Railway Photography, who was talking me through how diesel locomotives are more powerful than electric locos. I originally said no, they're not, because most supposedly diesel locos these days are actually diesel electric, which I don't know if any of you have watched Top Gear, but you'll have seen the Hammerhead Eagle Eye Thrust, or whatever it was they called it. Jeff was the original version, where they had a diesel generator on board which powered the electric motors. That's basically what a modern locomotive does, and I think James May actually refers to that in that particular episode. So that's a diesel electric train. So the diesel engine has no impact on the actual driving of the wheels. All it does is charge the batteries, which then power the train itself via the motors. So that's kind of what I was getting at when I was saying about, you know, the Class 66 being powerful because it's actually diesel electric. So in theory, you could take the generator out, stick a pantograph on the roof, and it will run underneath electric wires just as efficiently, providing you connect it all up properly, of course. So I'm just trying to find a freight train now, actually. They're all being rediverted via Corston Junction, which is kind of not a bad thing, actually, because they're all through tracks, trains can go through. I've also rebuilt this junction, and I'm going to rebuild the other side, maybe even on camera today. But yeah, originally I changed these to a new type of engine, and the power ratio, the tractive effort ratio, sorry, was over 1,000, and the power was roughly the same. And this is the other part of the conversation, is I was saying that the power is what matters, and the power is kind of important, but the tractive effort is what makes it stall on hills. So these trains struggle to get up these slopes because their tractive effort is poor. That was what I was trying to say in that particular episode, and that's sort of what I was trying to get at in the comments section as well. So there's no argument, no falling out or anything like that. It was just an open discussion where, to be honest, we were both right, because we both were talking about kind of the same thing, but the different varieties of it. So there's no right and wrong anyway, it's all fun. The point I'm trying to make is, tractive effort is the one you're looking for if you've got a lot of hills on your route. And in fact, we had a big hill on the route just outside, where was it? Not here. You'd be able to tell where the hill was. Here it is. So Trepbourne. Used to be a massive hill outside Trepbourne. The train used to have to climb up, go along, cross the top and down. As you can see, I've turned it into a cutting, and the trains run through here so much faster, so much better. It's unbelievable the difference that it made, in the fact that we don't have trains queuing anymore to get into the terminal. That makes a big difference. You can see here as well, it's struggling. So I went for an engine that had a higher tractive effort. Unfortunately, I didn't check the running cost. This one is £76,000 per year. The running cost of the new loco I brought in was over £1 million per year. And considering these trains don't particularly bring in that much money in the first place, it wasn't going to happen. So what I did was I changed it back to the original locos, and the longer trains I took 4 wagons off each train length. So you can see here now, this train length is only 10 now, whereas it used to be 16. So I took six wagons off, yeah. Took it from 16 down to 10. I did that with all of them, because the theory then is they'll make more journeys, they'll pick up more goods, these will get filled up just as quickly. You can actually see these are the ones that haven't been changed back yet. The running cost is 1.2 million. It's not going to work, basically. It was a stupid idea. I might even make these engineering supply trains smaller, because they don't need to be full, because the helicopters that carry it on the next leg of the journey are tiny in comparison, so it's really not worth it, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, we are going to do some building today. We're going to do some building, we're going to do some planning, we're going to do some train construction and all that stuff, and we might even try and get some of these tracks looking shiny and sparkly again, because they are, especially down GSJ way. Where are we? Every single track here all the way over to Denfingfield is overgrown. We can't have that, can we? Not really. So I think today we're going to have some trains running from GSJ, and we're also going to have some trains running from GSP, just to fill that quota. But the first thing I want to do is Chenville West. It's been a very nice station, it's served us well, and I do want to keep it, but we're going to move the platforms back in one, just for the ease of building the junction that I want to have on this particular corner of the line. I've done a lot of track work off camera, and I'll talk you through some of it a little bit later on when we come back to Corston, start doing the rebuilding job there, because it's a big difference now to how it used to be. You already noticed it. It looked different, right? It's going to be a lot more different by the time we finish, because we have got a lot of work to do on that particular stretch of line. But first things first, priorities are definitely laying here right now as we fix this section of track and try and make it look lovely. So it's just that little bit there I need to get rid of, and this little bit here, and then that little bit there, and eventually that'll grow up again and it'll look nice. Something else which I've done off camera is I switched the platforms around here slightly. So originally all terminus platforms pointed north. We've now got 3 pointing north, 3 pointing south, and then the 2 sets of through platforms as well. Which, again, it's just so that we've got variety, really, in our options. The next thing I want to do is completely obliterate this depot, because we don't need it anymore. pointless. Don't need it. I'm also going to completely obliterate this depot, although we are going to rebuild something possibly on this side of the station. Haven't fully decided yet. One thing I do know is we're not using this one anymore, which also means we can get rid of some of these ugly tunnels. It's a complete track rebuild we've got going on here now. Total and utter track rebuild. Everything that we had, we're now changing, because we don't need it anymore, you know. A lot of this stuff was squeezed in anyway, just for the sake of actually having it in the right spot, or the best spot available. But since, as I keep saying, we don't need it anymore, there's no point in trying to cram stuff in anymore. It also means I can realign this track again as well, because that is something that was annoying me slightly, and it's actually something that I'm going to do now, just to make sure it is done. It doesn't need doing again. So we're going to get rid of that bridge, and we're going to get rid of this bridge, and we're going to get rid of all of this track here, up to here. We're going to get rid of all of these signals, like this, and we're going to get rid of all of this track here, like so, and get rid of this one, like that. We don't actually need these waypoints anymore either, so I might as well get rid of them. We'll get rid of all of that track, and we'll get rid of all of this track up to here. That will become clear in a second as to why I've done that. We're going to flatten all this out, like so. We're actually going to delete these bridges, demolish these bridges, and we're going to pull that across like that, and then we're going to rebuild these bridges. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do this a bit further, because I've just had a thought. We are going to need 6 tracks for this to work. I'm also going to get rid of these bridges actually and redo this. Truth be told, the bridges were put in for a project that is no longer happening. So to keep the bridges would be totally pointless. But for this station, in fact no, as I say, keeping the bridges will be completely pointless. So the sensible thing at that point would have been to not put the bridges in anymore and just actually build track. So I'm just going to build track. What's this? Okay. There's loads of things I'm still finding out whilst I'm doing this. There's a planning tool as well, which I'm really looking forward to using, because I'm going to plan the route from Honford to Prawnport actually using the planning tool and not just winging it like I normally do. Right, so that's down fast. So this one here must be down slow. But again, we don't need down fast and down slow, because all the tracks end up in roughly the right place, I think. Maybe. This track here we don't need anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. Like so, and I'm going to get rid of all of this section. Whoops. All of this section. Like this. I'm picturing that eventually in the future, all of this blank area here will have grown up into sort of a big metropolis kind of area. Therefore, the tunnels and everything will actually become viable again. Right, the last bit I'm looking forward to getting rid of is this section. Let's see. Do we need that one there? No, we don't. Do we need that one there? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. That one we don't need, though. So that's kind of sorted that out. Now I'm going to get rid of these bits of track. So you and you will be gotten rid of. And I'm going to rebuild it like this. So let's see. You're going to go there. You're going to go there. Which means that you can be gotten rid of. You don't even need to be there in the first place anymore. You don't need to be there either, actually, thinking about it. So I'll get rid of that signal as well. I can't see this main line section here being used all that often, to be perfectly honest. So I could just scrap it. Might do that. Might do that. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, next thing we need to do is get rid of all of this, get rid of all of this, including the bridges, flatten this out, like so, flatten this out like so, pop all these bits of track back in, like that. You see they start off not overgrown, and then over time they'll slowly become overgrown. I do like that. There's different stages of overgrowth as well, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, that's a big bridge. 200 mile an hour should be fine. Get rid of this. I'm not even sure if this bit of track's going to be used that often. And I feel like I'm starting to squeeze it in again. So actually, abort mission. Abort mission completely, because I've just had another idea. Which means that this is now obsolete. I think it should be that any train that starts from GSJ heading south should reverse at GSP. I think that's probably a better idea. So I'm going to do that. Make that a thing. Let's convert these signals back to ordinary ones, including you. Okie dokie. We'll put a signal back here, because we need one there. Do we need ones here? We do. Which means we'll get rid of this one. What's that one for? That's a departure track. So again, we need another signal there, I would say. You need to go there, you need to go there, you need to go there, except you two need to face that way. You two need to face that way. You two need to face that way. Alright, now this side of the station is going to stay as is, because I'm not too upset about that. This one, though, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to dig this trench a bit further over, like that. I'm also going to put this into a trench, like this. Again, this will all become clear momentarily. What have we got here? Track, that's why. Okie dokie. Get rid of all that. Okay, now this is going to be third railway. So all of this is going to be converted to third rail. This is now my Waterloo, to an extent. I should take this back one tile further and do this. Will that let me do it? Yeah, I didn't think it would because of that road, and it also won't let me because of that rail. So actually, I don't really have much of a choice there, do I? Okay, actually, I do have a choice. If I get rid of all this... This is tricky now. This is tricky. So what I actually want to do, maybe I need to level this out this way to make this work. Like this. Alright, we'll try it this way then. Again, it will all become clear in a second as to what the hell it is I'm playing at. I promise. Okay. So this is how it's going to work. These two are going to zip in like this. Wrong one. Like this. And then there'll be a block gap. This one will go like this. Block gap. This one will go like this. Tile gap, not block. And then that one will go like that, and then that's done. Same here. That's a straight line. This one will go across like this. Straight line. Across like this. Straight line. And across like this. And that's the other side. Then you draw the straight lines between. Like this. And then you put the other crossovers in. So there's a crossover there, which means there's a crossover here. There's also going to be one here. There's also going to be one here. And there's going to be a final one here. This is what I've done at Corston. And it actually, there's less junctions, but the structure of it makes it work better. Which I think is quite cool. It's quite clever. So that's how that ends up. So what happens now is it'll crossover, gap, crossover, gap. And to be honest, it only does that when it goes into the station. And in actual fact, I'm going to move this back one, because I've just had another thought. So I need to do that. Tile, that, tile, that, tile. Yep, thought that went the wrong way. And then that way, tile. Come on, behave. If I do the crossovers first, maybe, and then I'll be able to get away with... No, that's not really going to work, is it? Alright, 2, diagonal, 1, diagonal, 1, diagonal, 1, diagonal. All the straight lines go in like this, and then another crossover here and here. That one's already done. One there and one there. Okie dokie. Signal, 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 signal. Signal, signal. And in actual fact, I can move these signals up 2 more tiles and make these platforms 2 longer. But I don't think I'll do that. That's just effort. Because what I could do then is say that's a crossover, so that could be a crossover, and that could be a crossover, and then it sort of evens out again anyway. There's an equal gap between them. Final thing to do here at this reconstruction is, again, it involves doing some work over here, funnily enough. Like that. I'm going to draw these straight lines back in first, be really lazy about it. Like that. I'm going to move this waypoint totally into the wrong place. Like that. Get rid of that. Pop that there. Go back to island platforms, extend this out again. Like so. And then from here, it's going to go straight line all the way across. I do need to... In fact, where does this line actually come from? Okay, that comes from down there. So I might not need it to go that far. Thinking about it. That's one of these things I'm doing. It's being strategical and thinking, where do these lines actually come from? Where do they actually go? So if I do that, level all this out, I might actually be able to do this slightly better. So let's say that went like that. Tile gap, like that. Tile gap, like that. Tile gap. Made a mistake again. I hate mistakes. Tile gap, like that. Tile gap, like that. And then the final one there. Come over to, do the same thing again. So tile gap, like that. And then over here, this one, tile gap, tile gap, tile gap, and tile gap. And you get the idea. Just keep doing this all the way along until virtually every junction has a connection point. And then the final one will go there. So that's them all running in that direction. I'm going to put these in now, just so I don't get too confused by just having random crossovers sitting there. Of course, I've still got to do the ones on this side. So that one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there, and then there's a final one that goes there. And then this one goes here. This one goes here, this one goes here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And already I've messed up again, so I'll have to... I might just trim one off the platforms. Actually, there's 6 platforms. It doesn't make that much of a difference, does it? One there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. That one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there. All of these now just get crossovers added. Like so. these ones as well get crossovers. That one gets a crossover. Have I missed any junctions out? I can't see anywhere I have, so that's all good. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Which means I will get rid of those two signals there. These two are okay. So that's all built up again. Now it's going to go back to doing the waypoints. Okay, so let's say this is platform 1. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So this is GSP P1 and 2. No, that's the wrong one. Try that again. Here we go. GSP P3 and 4. GSP P5 and 6. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this one is technically P13. Even though it's a through platform, I'm still going to put it down as being P13. We will eventually have through trains running through here as well, by the way, just not in the very near future. Okay, the last thing to do then, I imagine, is start planning services. So let's line these signals up again. Whoops. I want to get the trains running to Denfingfield again. I feel like we're very, very behind on that scale, so I want to get this done. Now we still have this this depot up here. This is mainly for trains running from GSJ to the north. So I'm not going to use it for GSP. I'm going to build a brand new depot site somewhere. I'm just trying to think where. I could build it parallel to the track here and then somehow connect it up within this mesh of track. Okay, I have an idea. Let's see if I can get it to work. So let's get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. Like this. We'll get rid of this. I want this tunnel to be a bit longer. So it dives under there. Let's have it come out here. Stick you there, you there. Get rid of this. Like so. Just trying to think, can I make this go a bit better? But I don't think I can. Draw this down to... There's not bad actually, because I can just do a little corner there. In fact, if I make this just a bit of a bigger corner, do it like that. I'm being very lazy with my building skills here today, guys. I just want to get this done and actually get some trains out on the track again, because this bit of track, if I show you the new Finescale, you can see the train income has shot up. That's fantastic. That's exactly what I want. However, this other, I have a feeling this other is associated with the track being overgrown. So what I'm trying to do now is get rid of the weeds, basically. Get the trains running again. First of all, they earn me money anyway, so that's a bonus. Second of all, it stops the track getting overgrown, which in itself is also earns me money, which, again, fantastic. Right, I now want this track to go across like this. You to there, and then you there, and you there. Slow trains will be on the left-hand side, so that's not too much of an issue. Connect those back up. Get rid of these. Now I could potentially realign this whole track, which I think I might do. Let's not delete any of the town, because I've got a feeling that they're not going to like me much anyway, with the amount of destruction that I've done over here across the entire series, never mind recently. So I get rid of you like that. Pop you there, you there. Pop you there, pop you there. These two go here. And what this is actually doing now is opening up the possibility of a depot site, whoops, on the inside of the track rather than the outside. Maybe. Not 100%, but I'll say maybe. And also what this allows me to do is line these up again. See, I just don't want ones where the track suddenly divides, you know. I don't like having gaps like this, because it makes me think, well, why can't I just put the depot tracks in there? But when you actually try and build it, it ends up being really, really difficult. So what I would like is, this is a local track. We've got this space here now. If I could put a track in here, it could work, but I just don't see it happening. So the next option is put the depot here again, and then have it come under here and connect up there. Now that could work. That could work quite nicely, actually. So if I did that, and I did that, because there's no stations here, so there's no sort of hold up. We'll try it. We will try it and we will see. In fact, let's not dive under. Let's just have the track go over the top of it. I'm fed up of digging trenches. So I'm just going to do this. Again, as I said, being really lazy today. Not really worrying too much. The advantage of doing this as well is you can actually stagger the bridges, so they only go up and over when they need to, not when they have to. Like that. So girder steel there, girder steel there, 160 miles per hour should be plenty. Girder steel there. I will pop this signal in here. That should be enough of a gap. If I get rid of this, that should be fine. I'll put a couple more in. If I try and line the platforms up with Chenville South, that could work out quite nicely for me as well. Again, we'll just go for the simple industry fixtures. I always forget where it is. We'll do it 4 by 4. Let's see. Actually, if I do this bit first, so that's one crossover, we'll leave a tile, that's the second crossover, we'll leave a tile, that's the third crossover. This is my new style now. It's probably not going to last very long, but for now at least it looks alright. And the other thing I've got then is the capacity to potentially build a third rail system going in here as well. So if I do that little crossover there, that one there, and if I do this one here as well, and this one here, and then put this one in as well, it just opens up that possibility. So I'll put the tracks in for now. They may or may not be used, but that's the fun of it, isn't it? Everyone will have to wait and see. Right. Build separate station. Your thingy ridge north, or whatever you're called. Connect all these up. So again, this will be the simple one. Like that and like that. Again, I will electrify it when I have to. For now, though, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to stick with the diesel. Okay, at long last, let's get some trains running, shall we? Pop that signal in there as well. Let's upgrade this signal as well. I really want to get some trains running. It's going to be an extended episode again because of my dithering. Right. rename this train storage. Just put all in brackets for now, except I can't fit that, so where is you? I'm going to rename this town. So I can cheat. Oh, done. Okie dokie. We're going to go in here, we're going to grab a train. We're going to go for cargo capacity, passengers. Whichever one comes at the top. Not that one. That's only nowhere near fast enough. Do I go with these and just double them up again? How much do they cost? 47,000 a year. Potentially could do that. Blue livery with red stripes. That looks terrible. Blue livery with red stripes and yellow moustache. What the heck? Red. Oh, gold. Red with yellow stripes and blue banners. That's the one we had. Green livery with red stripes. So that doesn't look much better, does it? Alright, we'll go with blue. I don't think we have enough blue on this network. Considering our actual company colour is blue, we definitely need more. Okay. You are going to go to GSP. Now I am going to shave one off these platforms. How long are you? You're 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these are 6. So that's fine. I can get away with, whoops, doing this. And again, there's more construction going on. Whoops, again. More construction going on, guys. It's a pain in the backside, I tell you. Where are you? Single-sided platform. I want the CTA. You. Other side. You. 1 and 1. Stick you there. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to put the waypoints in. So you're 7 and 8. You're 9 and 10. You're 11 and 12. I'm just going to quickly pop these in as well, just so I can plan out which platforms these trains are going to stop at. So GSP P7 and 8. It's the boring part of the project, but if you saw how much I went through off camera of this kind of thing, you'd appreciate why I choose to do some of it on camera sometimes. It's nice to just have someone to talk to whilst I'm doing it. It gets very lonely. No, not really. It just gets very tiresome. I like to talk through what I'm doing, so I might as well record whilst I'm actually doing it. GSP. Nearly said GSG then. That would have been bad. Just check all the others are right. Ah, see, GSG P13 up here. I'm going to have to change that. You are P11 and 12. It's a good thing I checked these things. That could have been very annoying. Right. I'll pin you temporarily. Okie dokie, so you are going to go to... Let's see, you're the local train, aren't you? I have made this quite difficult for myself in some respects. Have I actually? No, I haven't. Yes, I have. With this new crossover system I've got, I've made it a bit difficult. I'm just going to do P11 and 12. And I'm going to do Guardtown St. Peter. And then you're going to go to Chenville South. Oh, hang on. Let's upgrade some of these whilst I remember. Chenville South, I think, would actually be quite a not very used station. So let's actually cut you off. So you're currently 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're currently 8 long. We'll take you down by 3 on that side, 3 on this side, like so. Bundington Woods, though, is probably going to be used quite a bit. Lardston Valley, I don't think so. Neither Peawood Woods. Geddingbury, yeah. I want to sort of take the platform lengths down as I'm saying this, so I don't forget. This one is easy. You just cut 3 off. both sides there. This one, so I'll cut 2 off this side, and I'll cut this one off as well, like that. And I will leave this pinned, just so I don't forget. Okay, Grenborough Woods, cool. And then we've got the crossover. Pootown Woods. Again, I can see this one being fairly quiet, so we'll get rid of those. Linbourne Mill, that could be fairly built up. Plinningley Woods. I did pin that, didn't I? Why did it close? Did I close it? I'm an idiot if I closed it after just saying about pinning it. That's the one I meant to close. Okay, Sliding Head Junction. You're not going to avoid that one, are you? And again, I don't need these waypoints. In the past, they were important, but not so much now. So I might as well just get rid of them. Okay, so from Sliding Head, Feffingfield, we don't need to worry too much about. Neither of them we need to worry too much about. So I'm going to get rid of 3. I'm going to get rid of 2 on this side, 1 on this side, and 2 on this side, 1 on this side. Spent ages lengthening these platforms, and now I'm shortening them again. Flintbridge, definitely. Very busy there. Buffield, not bothered. Get rid of the extra platform length. Minville South, I'll also get rid of. But Flenford West, I am going to keep on this line. Great Prawn Pool, we're going to get rid of. 2 on this side, 1 on this side. Through the Tunnel, Ruddingworth, I'm also going to get rid of. Oops. Did that totally wrong. Let's see, where's the crossover? Okay, I need to fix this. Probably already got one of these, but I'm just going to stick that in like that. Okay. Ronborn. Yeah, I'll put Ronborn in, but I'm going to cut out Feffingbourne. Feffingbourne? Who calls a town Feffingbourne? I've said this before, haven't I? The origin of town names. Where the heck did Feffingbourne come from? New Fratborough, which again sounds like a college town in America. Fratborough. We'll leave that one. Bundworth we will get rid of. Is this a staggered platform? It is. So we'll do 3 on that side, 3 on that side. Trintbourne we'll also get rid of. And then that's it, we're at DC. Do that, and I think this one is on the same side. Is there a platform there? No, there isn't. Okay, must be 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's no platform there, so it must go... Ah, there, okay. I'll have to pop this bit back in. So where does it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can now close this. Because you then go to P7 and 8, then there. Again, I can get rid of these waypoints. Most pointless things ever. Right. New Fratborough. Feffingbourne is fine. Ronbourne. Okie dokie. Great Prawn Pool. No. Flenford, yep. Buffield, no. Flintbridge, sorry, yes. Slenning Head. Linbourne. No. Pootown. Pootown. Who called it that as well? Geddingbury. Good. Lardston. Nope, doesn't stop at Lardston. Stops at Bundington. and then finally back to here, back to GSP, and then to depot, and then to storage. Right, so storage is no loading, no unloading. That is service, that is far end, whoops, no loading. I find the icons sometimes are very small to click on. Don't know whether that's just me or if there's a genuine thing going on there. I can now close this. Right, now watch this. It's already set to auto, which is good. What I do now is I click here, hold control, do change time, set it to 500 ticks. They all change to 500 ticks. Look at that, perfect. And then I'm going to change this one to 1500. Denfingfield Central I'm also going to change to 1500. And then train storage I'm going to change to 2200. Sorry, 2500. And that should be all of them done. So I can now just do control autofill, zoom in on the train, start the train off. And that should automatically complete the journey times while sticking to the planned stopping times. And then once that's completed, I just have to clone the train. Auto is already set, so it should automatically separate them. The last thing I want to do on camera before we go is semi-fast diesel GSP to DC, and you are how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you're 10 long, aren't you? Are you 10 long? You are 10 long, but I think that the actual length of it, I'm just going to put 10 because it's the number of units, not the tile length. 10. Scroll down. It's good that we're getting the diesel trains back in now, actually, because I've missed my diesels. Electric's great, but I do agree that diesel, if you look at a diesel railway line, there's no overhead lines or anything like that, so it's more picturesque. But electric is the future. You know, loads of systems now are being upgraded to electric. Loads of systems in England are being upgraded, being electrified. The Great Western Main Line is one of them. The Midland Main Line, I believe, is another. Parts of the country that have never seen electrified railways before are all being upgraded. But the old diesel lines are still picturesque. Of course, heritage lines are also non-electrified. Although it might not be long before we start getting preserved electrified lines. That'd be interesting. But that's another story for another time. Because, guys, it is time to end. Thank you very much for your patience in this video. I know it's been a bit stop-start, and there's loads of stuff I wanted to show you, loads of stuff I wanted to get through, and I dithered it. Rebuilding GSP. I didn't even get round to rebuilding the other side of Cawston. I'll have to wait till next time to do that now, if I don't do it off camera, of course. Once again, the usual thing of, if you have any ideas for future episodes, leave them in the comment section. If you don't want to leave them in the comment section for whatever reason, you can send me a YouTube message, or you could send me an email, which I believe is shown at the end of the video or in the description. If not, it's M4J3FFR135 @gmail.com. All suggestions are welcome. There is no such thing as a bad idea as far as I'm concerned. Not all ideas will be used straight away. Do not be put off by that. If anything, it means I'm saving up your idea for a perfect opportunity to actually use it. So, as I say, all ideas are read. I will try and reply to them now. That's something that I'm trying to get myself to do, is reply to comments as soon as I get them. Hopefully I've been keeping up with that. All GRFs that I use will be in the description below. I might also put a link to the patch, although I'm not sure if I have the right to do that. I might have to get in touch with Lieutenant Joker. I'm sure it's freeware software, isn't it? So I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I just pop that down there. So if you want to download the patch as well, you know where to go. There are people who've been asking me about the new GRFs I use, so again, refer below. And that's about it, guys. So thank you once again for your patience. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. And until next time, I will see you soon.